Welcome to another episode of the Butterfly Mindset Podcast.
Left late night, what a mess. We woke up and we're still obsessed. Can't keep it straight night and day. We keep it classy, still we stay.
Welcome to another episode of the Butterfly Mindset Podcast. Today I have Lindsay Listanski, National Vice President of Marketing for Coldwell Banker Realty.
That's right.
I am so excited to have you on.
I am too. This is a long time coming. I feel like we've been trying to do this for a while.
Literally what I was just going to say.
Oh, sorry.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Your setup, I'm sorry.
No, it's perfect. It's true though, because I've been wanting to do this since I was starting the podcast. I was like, you're such a wealth of knowledge.
Thank you.
And like we were just talking about, you're incredibly smart. Your EQ is incredibly high, right? But what I'm really excited about is my favorite thing to do is share how you got to where you're at.
Sure.
Right? Because everybody sees your position, who you are, yada, yada, and they see this, and they're like, oh, I could never do something like this. But
it's so doable.
What's really exciting is how you got to where you're at.
Yeah.
Even last night we were talking about how you were in sports and things like this. So walk me through before you were working with Coldwell, what was Lindsay's life?
Well, I'm an only child, which is a really big part of just the backbone of my life and my journey and who I am. I'm really close with my parents. I pretty much cry anytime I talk about our relationship because it was just such an integral part of who I am today and how it got me to where I am. Simple as I grew up at Coldwell Banker, right? So I spent almost every day after school in a real estate office, and I learned about entrepreneurialism, and my first job was stuffing agents' marketing envelopes and hustling and watching my dad navigate, all these different types of people and situations. And I think if there was one word to describe my dad, it's disarming. So that was something that I picked up at a really young age, walk away from every conversation with respect and feeling like everybody won. Sports was also a super important part of my life. So I think being an athlete just teaches you to grind and to outwork, outpace everybody, but also about teamwork. So people on my team know I really believe in win as a team, lift as you rise, surround yourself with the best people. So I think that was a huge part of it. And I spoke about my dad, but my mom has really kept me in line my whole life. I think I probably would have been a wild child if it was just me and my dad, right? We have the best time, but she put so much into making sure that I followed the right path always, and that I understood the importance of treating everyone. It's such a simple table stakes thing, but treat people the way you want to be treated. And we talk about we're not mean girls, we don't gossip, all those little things. It's part of your life, but you bring that to work and your work journey, and when you put good into every step of the way, it comes back to you tenfold. So I think all of those things culminated in not just the entry into really good opportunities, even at intern level, but to where I am today. And they're still my sounding board. I talk to them so many times a day. It's actually ridiculous. So I'm really grateful for that.
That's awesome. Wait, so rewind.
Yeah.
Your dad was, so you've been in real estate world your whole life?
I was born with a business card in my bassinet, probably. Yeah.
Wow. So were both your parents in real estate, or is it?
Yeah, both my parents. My dad's always been a manager,
okay.
And my mom has been an agent. She was an agent when I was younger, took a couple other career paths, and she's back to being an agent today. And I think that was important too, right? We had a dual income family, and that was also really helpful because in today's world, I think majority of relationships were dual income.
Yeah.
And watching my parents navigate their marriage and the respect for each other, and seeing that a woman could have it all. She could be a great mom, she could be a businesswoman, and you could still show up for your kid in every single way, whether it's staying up late to bake cupcakes and making, a birthday super special, to being at everything that was important, whether it was a game, a school play. I try to take that into not just the way that I treat my own kids, but my coworkers. If something is going on in their life, good, bad, ugly, I want to make sure I'm showing up the way that my parents showed up for me. And not that these are my kids, but these are my people, and I treat my people like they're my family.
Was there ever a time that you wanted to just rebel against and not go into real estate? Did you my question is, did you plan to be in real estate?
No, I definitely did not have any idea in college or, at any point was I going to be like, I'm Miss Coldwell Banker, I bleed blue. I loved the company, I love what it stood for, but like there was no time in my life that I was like striving to get into this company, even though I respected it. I was really into social media, I was really into marketing. So the fact that I saw the first ever social media manager job open up at Coldwell Banker, a brand that I knew, it was just like kismet. Like I couldn't believe that like my worlds were colliding. And the funny thing is, I actually didn't tell my dad that I was interviewing for the company until the very last interview, because I didn't want anyone to know who I was or that, Jerry was my dad, and for him to make a call. But it worked out like the way it was supposed to work out. It was really cool that I was groomed in this company and I could just step into my dream job, when I was 24 years old.
Yeah, that's a trip. So what did you go to college for?
I went to school for marketing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Marywood University.
Okay. Did you play any sports or anything like that?
I played soccer for a year.
Hell yeah.
Which was awesome. I loved it. And then
what position did you play?
Midfielder.
Okay.
I loved it. And then I got into like sorority life,
Yeah.
Sports always will be like crucially important to me, but when you get to college, you just have other things to focus on, and it started to become a distraction for me.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful for the time that I had, and I actually walked on. Funny thing is, I actually didn't even play soccer in college. I played, or in high school, I played basketball and softball in high school. I missed soccer so much. I saw the girls practicing. I had missed tryouts. I'm like, Coach, can I just walk on? I haven't played soccer in a long time, but I'm athletic. Like, this is not being like at all conceited or full of myself. Can I have a walk on? He's like, yeah, go for it. Now the running like damn well put me in the ground that day, but I made the team as a walk on, and it was like an awesome year.
That's amazing. Yeah. So, wait, so you studied marketing. What did you want? What was your plan?
I don't think I had a plan. I just wanted to be a businesswoman. I wanted to.
But like, what does a businesswoman look like in like your eyes in that thought process?
I knew that I wanted to be because I grew up like in that like digital native generation.
Yeah.
The only plan that I had was I wanted to be in social media. My first internship in college was at a company, it was Big Fly Sports. It was an e-commerce company, and I was learning about SEO, and I said to my boss, I was like, I know Facebook pages are for people, but like we should really create one as a business, right? Like that didn't exist at the time.
Yeah.
And as soon as I whet my appetite with like that as the first step into, oh my God, social media could be like a business tool, I knew I had to do it. And I remember going back to college and complaining to my professors, like, why are we not teaching this? Like, why are you telling me about, all these things like from like 10, 15 years ago in these books? Like, get a social media speaker in. Like, there's something to this thing. I don't think this is like a trend. This isn't just a platform to show like the food you're eating or the parties you're going to. So I knew that my plan was definitely in social media.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So then you started interviewing. So out of college, obviously you were 24 when you took the job at Coldwell?
Yeah.
So what'd you do in between?
I worked for a toilet paper company.
Hell yeah.
It's a paper product company called Markel Manufacturing.
Okay.
And my mom, who I talked about already, I get recruited on LinkedIn because, again, like social media. I'm like, I'm not going to this interview. Like, I am not working for a toilet. This is not prestigious. This is embarrassing. Like, what am I going to tell my friends? All my friends are like working in like Manhattan and Hoboken. I'm like, I'm not going. She's like, you are going on this interview. You will be respectful. You will use it as an opportunity, experience, and like, you're doing this. I'm like, all right, Mom, because,
yeah.
my mom, she knows best. So I go, I meet with the CEO and the CMO. I'm like, why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
So it was a really cool experience. They offered me the job on the spot. At the time, they offered me a base salary of like $75,000, which was like mind blowing to me.
Insane.
At 22. Yeah. Like now I'm like, great starting salary, but I thought I was like a big league, big shot.
Yeah.
And I worked there for a couple of years, and it was a great company. I got to do a lot of cool things. They really didn't understand social media, so I got to work in like green niche and really expand their brand. And I taught their advertising team, couponing through social media was a new way to generate revenue. So it was a cool job. I liked it. And in hindsight, it was absolutely the right call. As usual, my mom was right.
Yeah. And this was local to
in New Jersey. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you grew up in New Jersey.
I'm a Jersey girl. In case you can't tell from the very thick accent, don't ask me to say any words because it'll come through.
Born and raised.
Yeah, born and raised.
So now from there,
Yep.
you're like, you were working there for a couple years, and that's where you went from there to Coldwell?
Correct. Yep. I saw the job posted and I was like, oh my God, worlds colliding. I have to have this. And I have a lot of young women reach out to me on LinkedIn that I don't know. They're like, I love your career path. I've seen What Moves Her, which is a program that I run for Anywhere. Can you give me advice? And one of the things that I always tell these women is with my first job, and maybe this is not as rare as it was then, I found out who the hiring manager was for Coldwell Banker. It was David Cerroti, he was the VP of PR. And I sent him a message, really like convincing message about why I wanted this, my experience, what I thought I could bring to Coldwell Banker. And he was like, yeah, I'll set you up for an interview tomorrow. Like, we're going to do this. So I always tell women, find out who the hiring manager is, be assertive, be confident, tell them what you could bring, and try to make yourself stand out.
So how long was the interview process?
With Coldwell Banker, 7 rounds for like an entry-level social media job. And I will never forget this. I could like feel like the nerves creeping up in these interviews. Like, my neck was so full of hives by the time I left this. But I also went and realized, like, I feel this way because I have such a desire for this. So I was selling the shit out of myself in these interviews. Like, and again, I didn't say anything about knowing real estate, but I was like, I will change your company. Give me this opportunity. And I'm so grateful that, it worked out the way that it did. I've been here for 14 years now.
That's amazing. Yeah. So now, speaking of, you get this job as social media. So you finally get the job.
Yeah.
Like, in your thought process, were you like, one day I'm going to run marketing for Coldwell Banker? Was that like a goal of yours?
Yes. From the day that I have joined, and anyone who knows me, I am very vocal about, and I also tell women this, like, be vocal about what you want. From the day that I joined Coldwell Banker, I said I want to be the chief marketing officer one day. That is my dream of all dreams. And I've been on a journey, to that goal since.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I think sometimes we get into a position or get into a job or something like that, and then we just kind of just put one foot in front of the other, and hopefully it gets there, But I think what's pretty unique and I wouldn't say unique, it's high performing people operate this way, is like, you see a goal, you say you want to hit that goal, and then you make the strides to get to that goal.
Yeah.
Right? Versus you just being like, well, I'm here, I'm going to do my job.
It's really intentional, but the thing that I'll also say is I really, really trust the people around me. Obviously out of work, but especially at work. And I've had some really great people above me that have heard that this is my desire and wish, and they see things that I don't see, and they see opportunities that will make me more rounded, where I'm like, that feels lateral, or even maybe like a step back. I don't want to do that. And they're like, you're going to do this. So at one point, I got promoted from social media manager to head of media, which felt like way bigger than anything that I'd ever imagined running. They're giving me multi-million-dollar advertising budget to go place indoor, outdoor, online. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. If you think I shouldn't pigeonhole myself in social media and this is going to get me to the next step, great, I'm all in. And then I get a call from Realogy, which was what Anywhere used to be called, their CEO, and he's like, I have an opportunity for you. I don't know if you're going to like it, but I want you to do it, and I feel really strongly about it. I want you to leave Coldwell Banker, and I want you to come work for one of our other brands. And I was like, no, not going to happen. Thank you. Thanks anyway. He's like, you said you wanted to be a CMO. This is the next step. He's like, I get that you're Miss Coldwell Banker, but like, this is a tour of duty. You're going to do this. You're going to get really well-rounded. I'm going to make you really uncomfortable. It's going to be brutal, but know that I have the best interest for you. So I think trusting people who have been in the path before you is really important. And while I have an intentional journey to something, knowing that it is not a straight line is also really important. I will also say, and I always talk about this with recruits and even people with my own company, what's so cool about where we work with Anywhere and their portfolio of brands is we don't have a corporate ladder. We have a corporate lattice. So having the opportunity to bounce around all of the best brands in real estate is wildly unique. And like, we should all leverage that to the umpteenth degree.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's also interesting. It's like, where did you get this mindset? Like, look, I've talked to like so many people, and there's like this, like, it's like coachability, right? Like, it's the ability to be able to like, hey, you're telling me advice, like, okay, I'm going to take it and run with it.
Yeah.
I see this in like so many successful people, like, but like, where did you learn that?
I don't make decisions by myself, for the most part. Like,
from forever?
Like my parents for sure. Like, any big decision in my life, they're my sounding board. My husband is a huge sounding board. I have people my age, older, younger. Like, I really have a massive network of people around me that I know can check me when I need it to be checked, or will push me harder than I think I could push myself. And when these big, life-changing decisions come up, I very rarely make them by myself.
Where do you think you learned that?
I think sports, I think my parents, I think my friends. I don't know if it was just part of who I am.
Yeah.
I'm also aggressively friendly, so I just happen to talk to a lot of people. But yeah, I think I know that the people around me always have my best interest because I only surround myself with people like that. So I think part of it is just I know that I have a good group around me.
Yeah.
You know?
I think a big part of it, like just from me observing outside in, like, is like this thought process of like you're very much abundance mindset. You're very much like, let's help everybody grow.
Oh yeah.
And pull my people in to help everybody grow.
Yeah.
And I think like that thought process is like you would want to do that for somebody
100%.
else. So then 100%. It's like you do the same. You know what
what's the coolest thing at work? When my people on my team get picked up by other teams in the building. Like, and I...
That's crazy for you to say, right? Like,
it's
if
horrible.
you think about it, like from a corporate perspective.
It's the worst, right? Like, I put so much into you. You know, I coached you. I gave you my time before work, mentoring, whatever.
Yep.
But it's like such a gift to see people grow. And I'm like, if I even had like an ounce of like that journey to make you better, smarter, more efficient, whatever, better people skill, anything, like it makes me so fulfilled. It really does.
So I had this agent that worked for me at one point. I built his career. I helped him get, I think he ended up selling 20 million in his first year, like helped him grow his whole thing. And I was like super stoked. And then he left.
Yeah.
And I remember calling one of my mentors.
Stinks, right? You're like,
I called my mentor as a guy, you know, I have like a million mentors, right? And I called him and I was like, Ralph,
I'm betrayed.
How are you? Yeah, dude. And he's like, how are you? I said, dude, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
He's like, why? I told him, I was like, this, you know, I helped him. I built his whole career.
I invested in him.
It came from nothing, literally, like, was doing this, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, like, he's gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm pissed off. He goes, Cyrus, I used to do the same thing.
Yep.
And I was like, and what changed? Like, you know. And he goes, I just switched in my mind that they're leaving me to I help them get to the next stage.
100%.
And I was a piece of that journey, just like you said, which is so powerful.
Well, but I will also say I want to make my team unleavable, right? So like my people, they know who they are. They know that I will do anything for them. I will put them before me. I'll put the spotlight on them. So I also build a culture. I hope that my team would feel like, why would I ever leave her?
Yeah.
Right? Like she has my best interests. She bends over backwards to help me, you know, inside and outside of work. Like the moms on my team even, like I have a mom who at any moment, like she has 3 boys, I can call her and be like, this is happening in my life, what do I do? So like, yes, I love when people get to the next level, but I also try really, really hard to retain the people that I invest in by making them feel valued and special and loved, so that it doesn't happen all the time.
Well, that's just like qualities of a really great leader, right? Like one, like trying to make the stickiness to keep everybody together and everything, but at the same time, like understanding that you're never going to keep everybody.
That and
right? Which is pretty interesting.
I mean, the other thing is like we're so caught up in like the work stuff, right? Like, and especially in a remote environment, this is really hard because we're on screens and text messages. So like being personable and learning about people outside of work is tougher than it used to be probably, especially like I have 170 people across the country. But I'll tell you, like, I make note when someone's like my husband name it, someone's birthday, someone's sick, let me pray for them. I pray every night, give me their name. And I check in, hey, I prayed for them a couple weeks ago. How are they doing? A baby's born, sending that text message and checking in during maternity leave. Like all those little things too matter so much, maybe equally as important as the work, mentoring and help and all that stuff. Caring about people outside of work is so important. And I tell my team this all the time, like, you are so replaceable at work, you're not replaceable at home. And giving people the ability to show up as their true, authentic selves on their best days and their worst days at work is also super important in the culture that I'm building with my team.
Well, and that's like, it's like what we were talking about last night. Like, that's what life's about.
Yeah.
Like we do all these things, we do these jobs, we do this career, that career, but like at the end of the day, it's about like this, right? It's about relationships. It's about like people.
Yeah.
Right.
Like opening a status with how are you doing? Like it's unbelievable where that conversation could go for a 15, 30 minute hour status. Like some people are like, oh, I did these 16 projects and like, and then some people are like, I'm having a really rough time, right? Like I just talked to someone on my team, like my father-in-law had a heart attack. But like those open-ended questions in leadership, like so important.
It's
And giving people the time to really like, don't rush them through that. Let them have their moment with you.
Well, what's a trip to when you think about it is like we were in New York last week, and like I was like watching just people drive by, walk by, so on and so forth, and all I could think about was like one of these people that's walking by is having the best day of their lives,
Yep.
and another person's having the worst day of their life.
It's true.
It's like mind blowing.
It's crazy.
And like sometimes we would never know
Never.
unless we ask.
Correct. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. It's true.
Which is a trip, right? Like
I also think about people as like, it's so funny. I think about people as like little kids sometimes. Like, you know, everybody's just waking up in the morning just wanting to have a good day, right?
Yeah.
Like, and if you could help them get to that place, like, it's a gift. You know, like my family's very religious and my mom talks a lot about Mother Teresa, and like, I try to carry that, like, just try to be the good part of someone's day is so easy, and it could be a smile, a compliment, anything, but like,
Yep.
it just matters so deeply, and it's so easy.
100%. That's
Yeah.
also, that's the butterfly effect. The small little things
Exactly.
make big changes.
Yeah, and then
You
they
know?
make someone's day, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
it's great.
Okay, I have 2 more questions for you.
All right.
First question is where can people connect with you?
Instagram's the best place. So my work handle is CB_Lindsay, and Lindsay's LINDSAY.
Okay, perfect. And then second question is someone is getting out of college, not sure what they're gonna do, trying to figure out what their life is. What piece of advice would you give them?
ChatGPT. Go on ChatGPT and have a full-blown business consultation with it. Tell them everything. How much money do you want to make one day? Where do you want to live? What kind of freedom do you want? What are your skills? What are your weaknesses? Ask it questions that it can ask you to gauge your experts. All of those things. I'm telling you, like, spend a week, for a full week, spend it with ChatGPT and help them understand everything about what you've studied, your all of those things. And I would start right there, because where you think you're strong or the path that you think is right for you, like using AI to really tap into like maybe your perception versus reality is fascinating.
That is one of the coolest answers I've had.
Cool.
Very interesting. So like,
Chat knows everything about me, by the way. It's insane.
Perfect.
Scary.
Well, that's the thing is like, also like, I think it's underused. Like we use ChatGPT for like basically Google right now
Yeah.
is how most people use it.
100%.
But like using it as like a sounding board
Every day I do it.
is amazing use case.
I did it the other night to decide if I should go to the emergency room or not. Like, this is ridiculous, but I'm like, ask me 25 questions to give me an informed decision about like what's going on with my body, if I should like wait till tomorrow to call my doctor or like go right now. Like using it for beyond the like craft to perfect IG or like, you know, I saw this girl wearing this dress, whatever, like there is so much potential with how you could use it to better yourself, your career, your personal, like all these things. Like I can't say enough about investing the time to learn it and use it beyond just the basic stuff.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's like, I literally did a talk the other day on this,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I read stats down the list, and I'm like, you don't understand, like, we are right here.
Oh my God.
We're like at the tip of the iceberg.
100%.
And where AI is going is absolutely
Ridiculous.
insane.
Absolutely ridiculous. And so exciting.
And I love the use case of like, look, like, you have an expert in your palm, right? Like
100%. I got asked, so I speak at Inman News conferences. It's like the trade in our industry in real estate, right? And they just give me these panels. They don't ask me like, do you want it? They just assign them. I'm like, cool, no problem, I got it. So you're gonna be on stage and talk about blockchain. I'm like, ooh, okay, sure. I know like this much. I spent like, 20 minutes explaining blockchain to me like I'm a 12-year-old and just asked them. I went up there, I faked that panel like a boss. But you know what? Like that's what you do. Explain it to me. Give me the non-obvious answers. Give me stats, whatever. Like just it's in your pocket, like you said. Use it to your fullest ability.
I love that. You're amazing. Thank you so much
you.
for making time and being on.
Thank you. I'm so happy we did this. Finally.
Yeah, I know, right?
Only took being in Vegas. Thank you, Cyrus.
Thank you.